All right. So the Raptors, they got a big game tomorrow against the Boston Celtics. And before I begin with this video, do me all a favor. If this is your first time watching this channel, hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell as well for more Raptor and other video content on my channel. Thank you all to all the subscribers out there and for all the support that you have given me. And still here trying to reach that 400 mark. Almost there, 392. So let's go. All right. So tomorrow game, the Raptors taking on the Boston Celtics. This is a little preview. All right. And usually I don't really do much of these preview uh on my channel. But I thought, I woke up today early around 8:30, made my breakfast, and decided, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna talk about this game here because the Raptors at 4-4 right now. Boston currently at 5-2. They play tonight against the Brooklyn Nets in their in-season tournament game. So their record could be 6-2 with a win or 5-3 with a loss. But previewing this game, this is a big game for the Raptors. All right, as they wrap up the 4-game road trip, and three of the games that they have played are against teams that are playoff teams, right? The one against San Antonio, we all know that San Antonio is not really going anywhere. So that was a big win for them. And getting that big win Wednesday night against Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks in Dallas for the first time since 2019. And I forgot to mention that during my post game reaction. Y'all can check out my post game reactions that I've done so far through the 8 games. So Raptors against playoff teams, or currently against playoff teams, they are 2-2. There are two losses against Philadelphia, and there are two wins against the Milwaukee game at home and the Wednesday game against Dallas. So this game against the Boston Celtics is another challenge for this Raptors team, and we've seen throughout the years when guys like Kyle Lowry and Kawhi Leonard and the big names that were here on the Raptors team, it's always a fun, entertaining game when the Raptors and Celtics meet, whether it's in Boston or in Toronto. And if you all remember that bubble playoff in 2020, where the both Raptors and Celtics went to 7 games in a high thriller uh, matchup between those two teams. I remember that big three by OG Ananobi in the corner in I believe it was game 6 to even up the series, where the Raptors end up losing in 7 games. All right. So looking at Boston now, right? Or we will talk about the Raptors, but let's look at the Boston Celtics stats right now. This team, despite having new players, guys like Kristaps Porzingis, a player who has been bounced around a lot during his career. He's played with so many teams. Drew Holiday, who they got uh in that trade deal, that 3-team trade deal where Damian Lillard went from Portland to Milwaukee, and Milwaukee shipping out Drew Holiday to the Boston Celtics. Boston Celtics also having guys, former Raptors players. Yeah, so Raptors are going to be taking on some former Raptor players, guys like Delano Banton, who was drafted by the Raptors uh last year. Was it last year or the year before? See, and guys like O'Shea Brissett and Malehuk, Maleh, if I'm saying his name right. So a couple of former Raptor players that the Toronto will be seeing tomorrow. Uh, and going back to the Boston stats, this team, ladies and gentlemen, right now, they have scored 844 points, averaging 120.6 points per game. So this is a high scoring team. This is a team that the Raptors, they gotta find ways to try to limit their scoring opportunities, right? So the Celtics are gonna get their way of scoring. They're gonna attack you on the perimeter. They're gonna attack you in the paint. They're gonna find ways to hit the threes and do all the things. And knowing that this game is gonna be in Boston, the Toronto Raptors gonna have their hands full, right? Because let's look, let's just look at this. We all know, I've talked about this so many times, how this officiating goes with the Raptors and with every Toronto team. It doesn't matter if it's the Raptors, Blue Jays, or Leafs. The officiating against Toronto teams, it's beyond ridiculous, right? So as I said, the Raptors are gonna have their hands full. Let's just hope this game is a fair game, or the officiating, they're gonna call a foul on the Raptors. You better all call it on the Celtics as well. All right, I want to see a fair. I don't want to see no one-sided, you know, game where the officiating is dictating the game, right? So 120.6 for the Celtics. They are averaging, let's see, their field goals, uh, a percentage of 470. Right? They have made 302 out of 642 attempts. They free throws are 825 percentage. They've made 132 out of the 160. Their 3-point shooting, the Celtics are percentage of 3.364, and they have attempted 297 out of the sorry they have attempted 297 and made 108 out of those. Their rebounds, 49.6 rebounds per game. All right, so this team is a deadly team with the new guys that they have, and this is going to be a challenge for the Raptors. Okay, and it's looking at the Raptors now. The Raptors coming in with the 4-4 record. If you look, the Raptors, the Raptors could have be a 6-2 team or a 7-1 team, because most of the games, I'm gonna take 3 games away. There's 3 games that the Raptors, or 2 games, I should say. Now let's look at the 2 games: the Chicago game and the Portland game. The Portland game, they did not take the Blazers too seriously. So there's a win right there. So that if you minus that, that's 5-3. And then the Chicago game, where they had that massive lead in the fourth quarter, and everything fell apart. They could have got the win, but they didn't. All right. So looking at the Raptors, they are averaging 109.6 points per game. All right. Let's see, field goals. Raptors are 0.462 percentage. They have made 333 field goals, and they have attempted 721 out of those field goals. Their 3-point shooting is, that's something that's got to work on, because if the Raptors are gonna try to shoot many threes against this Boston team, they gotta hope that it falls. All right, and Boston defending is gonna be top notch as always when these two teams meet. Okay, the 3-point shooting for the Raptors, yeah, it's not a good percentage, right? 0.351, right? They have attempted 282 and only made 99 out of those, right? Well, we've seen games where the Raptors struggle shooting behind the arc. So, looking at their rebounds, the Raptors are let's see here, 47.1 rebounds per game. So all these little things that the Raptors coming into this game where they are playing another opponent that they have to try to prove to the league, say, yeah, we can beat these guys, because if we beat guys like Dallas and Milwaukee, playoff teams, we have to show that we can beat guys like the Boston Celtics, and it's gonna be a hard fought battle tomorrow, right? And the game is at 7 o'clock. So it's gonna be a very entertaining game. It's gonna be a game where, you know many of us, we don't know what uh, are we gonna expect. Hey, OG Ananobi, he's gonna have the task of trying to stop guys like Jason Tatum, all right, or even Jalen Brown. How about Scotty Barnes? What is the plan with Scotty Barnes? Celtics are gonna trying to find ways to stop this guy. Uh, as I mentioned in my other video, he's averaging 21.5 or 21.6 points per game, leading all Raptors team. He leads the teams in rebounds. Dennis Schroeder, he's gonna have to have a great game as well. He's gonna have to carry the team on his back, along with everyone else. Pascal Siakam, are we gonna see another 30-point game? This is where the Pascal Siakam will have to shine as well. Trying to be that consistent player. If he gets in 25 plus uh points, you know, and build up his confidence, right? Jakob Proto, he's gonna have a tough task against guys like Kristaps Porzingis. And the bench, it's another thing with the bench. Raptors bench against the Celtics bench, right? Who will show up? Is Gary Trent Jr. gonna show up and score, 16 or more? Guys like Chris Boucher, is he gonna show up? Everybody has to chip in and help contribute for this Raptors team if they're gonna beat this Boston Celtics, right? Who lead the Atlantic Division right now. So, uh, looking at the Boston Celtics stats here, let's look at guys like Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum, he is averaging 28.4 points per game. All right. 3.6 assists and 9.7 rebounds per game. So, OG Ananobi, yeah, I mean, if he's getting that job to guard Jason Tatum, he's gonna have to find ways to, you know, stop him on the dribble, find ways, get help defense as well. Uh, but Jason Tatum, he's that player. He's gonna have his way, right? He's gonna score in bunches, and he's done it against the Raptors so many times, right? And if you cannot stop Jason Tatum, you have to stop guys like Jalen Brown. Jalen Brown, who is averaging 21.4 points per game, 2.7 assists, and 5.6 rebounds. All right. So your duo right there, Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown, it's going to be a hard fought battle. And it's not only a duo with the Celtics team, because you have, as I mentioned, you also have Drew Holiday, the newest Celtics. Uh, for them, is a good pickup that they got in that trade deadline. He's averaging 13.4 points per game, 5.3 assists, and 7.3 rebounds per game. So as I said, yeah, it's going to be a tough game for the Raptors. They're just going to have to find a ways to, you know, score and get stops. That's pretty much it, right? But it's not easy. It's not going to be easy because Boston always gives the Raptors a hard time for some reason, right? Um, so that's gonna do it for this one here, everyone. Thank you all for watching. Uh, have a great day, and I'll see you after tomorrow night's game for my post game reaction. Have a great day. Bye.